Hi everyone, today I thought I'd do a video on how to convert music or other audio files to use in King of Colosseum 2, replacing the original songs or, taunts or grunts or commentary files, whatever you want, basically. So what you need is 3 programs: Audacity, PES Sound Converter, and AFS Explorer. You also need an ISO of King of Colosseum 2, which I assume you already have if you are watching this video. So what you want to do first is you want to open up your AFS Explorer, and you open up your KOC II ISO within this. And you can see here you go down to Data and then select KC2 Fire.afs. So this is all the audio files in the game. You may notice some in green, that's files that I've already changed. As I said, it's all the audio files. So you start off with like the grunts, and then you go into commentary, ring announcements first, I think, and then you go into commentary. It's a long list, and all the entrance themes are at the bottom of this list here. Also, obviously all the files are unnamed. If you double click on one of them, it will preview the audio or the music, so you can make sure that way it's the song that you want to replace. Right there. So right there is the Dragon Suplex with chants. So that's the file I want to replace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and then click export. And I'm going to save this in my music folder. Obviously you can save it wherever you want on your computer. Now I want to open up the PES Sound Converter tool. And I'm going to convert this file to WAV. So click next. I'm going to use source directory, so it'll be saved in my music folder. Everything else stays the same. Convert. And then you can see that now I've got a WAV of that same file, that Dragon Suplex song saved. So now I want to go to Audacity, and what I'm going to do is drag in that Dragon Suplex WAV file. So now I'm going to bring in the song that I want to replace it with. In this case, just for showing how to do this, just for testing purposes, I'm going to replace it with Masato Tanaka's theme. So I'm going to import that audio into Audacity as well. Now the reason I do this is to compare it to the original file. As you can see, Tanaka's theme is way longer than the KOC II theme song, and I don't want that. I want them to end at the exact same time to avoid, any problems that might happen within the game. You can also see that the original file, the volume is a lot lower than the Tanaka theme. I can change the audio on the Tanaka theme within Audacity by clicking on Amplify, and I just want to have a reverse amplification here. Click Apply, and you can see it's lowered the volume of the Tanaka theme song. So that stops the song, playing over the announcers or the commentators when the introductions are happening, so I can hear them. So now I want the songs to end at the same time. I want the Tanaka theme to cut off when the KOC II song ends. So I'm just going to place my cursor there on the Tanaka theme. You can see it's where the KOC II song ends. And then I'm going to go up to select and select cursor to end. So that'll select the rest of the Tanaka track, and I can delete it from there because I no longer need the rest of that song. So now that I've got the song matching up to the KOC II file, I can do some further editing if I like. Like the KOC II songs, a lot of them, if not most of them, have a fade out. So I can, fade out the Tanaka song. By the way, the reason too why you want to open the KOC II file in Audacity as well is because most of the KOC II songs are 1 minute, but some of them are actually a minute 30 in length. I think Antonio Inoki, Victory Musashi, his theme song is actually 1:30 because it has a longer intro. You can see here I'm just setting up my own fade out for the Tanaka theme. Going to Effect, Fading, Fade Out. So now I've got a little fade there. Now I no longer need this original song from KOC II. I can get rid of it just by clicking the X. So now I've got my Tanaka theme edited and ready to put into KOC II. I'm going to save it as a WAV file in that same folder, that same music folder where I save my other files as well. Okay, so now I want to go back into my, as you can see, it's saved right there. Now I want to go back into my PS sound file converter. Also, I recommend keeping Audacity open, and I'll explain that in a second. So now I'm going to choose Wave to ADX. So I'm going to take that Masato Tanaka theme and convert it into ADX so it'll play in KOC II. So you can click next here. You can keep everything the same, but you want to change the sample to 48,000. I found that using anything else, sometimes when I've used default, the game will crash on me trying to play the audio. So 48,000 is what it recognizes. Click convert, and now you're going to say, yep, that Tanaka.adx file has saved. So now I want to take that and replace the original ADX from AFS Explorer. So there, I've still got it selected there. That's the Dragon Suplex that I want to replace. So I'm going to right click and click import. Now I want to choose that new Tanaka ADX. And there we go. So that's replaced the original Dragon Suplex with Masato Tanaka's theme. The reason I suggested keeping Audacity open is because sometimes when you do this, it'll say that there's no room for the file. And it'll say, do you still want to add it? Yes or no. You want to select no, because I imagine adding it'll mess up your files. But then what you can do is if you keep Audacity open, then you can go back and make some changes. Now, what I found is that if it says the file is too big at the 1 minute point, if I edit it down to 59 seconds, then it'll fit. You do get like obviously 1 second of at the end of the entrance where the wrestler's standing in the ring and the song is faded out if you've done the fade out and there's no audio playing, but it only lasts a second. It's barely noticeable, and I'm still able to add in the song by taking away that last 1 minute. So it's no big deal. It's worked. It's good to go. So that's why I recommend keeping Audacity open. Obviously, you can click undo and take away the fade, change the audio, whatever you want to do. Just make changes. If you want to do reverb and effects, you can add a reverb effect so it sounds like it's, within an arena. Some people do that with the WWE games. They didn't do that with KOC II originally, so I just leave it as it is. But, it's something you can do if you want. So now that we've imported the file into the game, we can test it out in the game itself. So I'm going to open up Tatsumi Fujinami, test his entrance just to make sure that he now has Masato Tanaka's theme.
さあ炎の飛竜藤波辰巳がドラゴンコールに乗って入場してまいります。
So there we go, it's being replaced, and that's pretty much how easy it is. You can do that, as I said, for all the sound files in the game. You know, if you wanted to replace every sound file or every commentary file with English commentary, you could. You just need to know what they're actually saying, and it would take a long time. But you know, there's some cases where there might be, let's say, Stan Hansen's shout may be a bit different in the second game because they've had to change it because he's not a licensed character in the second game. It is in there. It's not automatically selected as a sound file when you make an edit of Hansen, but there is one that sounds like him. But you can pull the file from KOC 1 and now add it into KOC 2. That's what I've done through some of my themes. Kejimoto's got Holdout in KOC Red, but he doesn't have it in KOC 2. He's got a bootleg version. So I've added the original theme song back. So there's stuff like that you can do. You know, you can pull files from Wrestle Kingdom and add Onita chants to Wild Thing, which is something else I've done as well. Just cool stuff that like that adds to the experience. So hopefully this tutorial has helped everyone and you're able to get started. Yippee-ki-yay.